Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, July 7th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWM, and triple Qs. And I'll tell you what, kudos to the bulls. Very strong performance. The one huge negative is the volume, as we are just about at 60 million right now. The other thing we talk about sometimes, what doesn't happen is as important as what does happen. Well, we had a chance to go trend a bunch of times today and couldn't, so we had no trend day. We do go out with a price spike, though. I will use eyes high, because once we took that out in J, even though J and K, they didn't hold single prints, we never got back below it. So I think tomorrow, that's going to be an important level for the bulls. Russell ends 9 wide. Beautiful P shape. Triple Qs go out, believe it or not, with a double distribution day. They have singles in I and in E. They're both small, but they're there. Now, big things that are different between Russell, Qs, and us. Russell and Qs took back the entire trend day from June 28th and actually got close to taking out the 28th high. The Qs did anyway, not Russell. SPY got into the last set of single prints from the 28th, but didn't fill them. ES missed getting into the last set of single prints. So I think before I go over my trades and stuff we were discussing in the room, I think if the minutes yesterday weren't going to upset the market, which they didn't, and I said I think we'll go higher, well, the same tomorrow. I think if this job number, which again is so useless to send the market on a tizzy one way or the other, but if the job number doesn't upset the algorithms, I think that the trend right now in the weekly and daily is up. So I think we would be able to finish those set of single prints. In fact, I think we'd have a better chance of trading at the 50-day moving average than the 20. So right now the 20 is at 382.14. So we're 660 above it. And the 50 is at 397. So that's what? 389, $6, $7 below that. So it's kind of even. So because we're trending up kind of, and I'll show you on the daily, again, if the job number doesn't do anything silly, I think we will continue to grind higher. We all had opening drives. Look at this. Open and shot straight up. Market really didn't pull back at all today, even though we didn't hold singles. Had a pretty good day. Did a lot of long plays in the first 3 time frames. A, B, C. Between 387 and 388 calls, I took about 6 longs. 6 longs, they all paid. Then in D period, when we popped the top, there was no tempo, so I took a 388 put. That worked out. H period, I thought since we're not having singles, at some point they'll give it up and maybe get a decent flush to look for an afternoon pullback. Twice I took 2 lots of 388 puts before we took out G's low the first time. Got paid very small on that as it went back up. Then I did it again, got paid better on that one, but certainly not what I was expecting to get, and certainly didn't get to a point where then I reversed to take a long. Just didn't do it because I didn't think it pulled back enough from that previous low. And then in L period, I did the 390 calls as it looked on a pullback, as it looked like we were going to get into those last set of single prints. So it was a good day overall. Nothing huge as far as, no 50 or 100 lot play. Actually, that's not true. I took one C period. I took the 50 lot call play when I thought we were going to pop the top, which it did. Other than that, they were all, between 5 and 20 contract plays. As far as destinations, the upside is today's high of 389.83. Then our last set of single prints from the 28th, 389.84, get filled at 390.14, and then the weekly high of 393.16. Above that, we don't have anything to 394.25, afternoon rally high from the 10th. And then this one, 395.78 daily high, and then that huge gap that gets filled at 401.44 from June 10th, 566 points. Again, write these down. They won't be repeated. For the downside, price spike, eyes high of 388.49. Eyes low. Isn't that interesting? Eyes the price spike and the afternoon pullback, 387.34. And then today's low of 385.12. And then below that, we have 380.69, the afternoon pullback from yesterday in J, and 379.60, yesterday's low. Now, let's quickly go to the chart. Now, I am having major issues with my internet, which won't be dealt with until Friday. I'm hoping this video uploads, and tomorrow I'd like to recap all these charts. We'll see if that's going to happen because I keep losing them. So here's the daily in the SPY. So I don't want to go to the monthly or weekly and lose them. So I'll just show you the daily. Monthly's down, weekly's up. The daily came out of a 4-day balance, up. I said we need to get, remember, this isn't rocket science. We always give both sides of the market. I said if we get acceptance above today's high and above the 20, we should take back most of the trend day from the 28th. Well, Russell and Q's did. We just missed. One little small set left. So again, it followed the pattern that we thought it would. Now the same thing tomorrow. If the job number isn't something that makes the market want to puke, as long as we hold today's low, I think we should have better odds of taking out today's high, filling those single prints, and then we'll see if we get any more extension to get that other weekly high. I'm not saying we're going to get it right away. It might not happen until next week. Remember, the Fed minutes came out. If the job number doesn't do anything drastic, next week, earnings really, they start, but not really anything huge. I know some bank earnings start next week, but again, with summer trading, and believe me, this volume is a good example of summer trading, but keep in mind, I'll say that in a second. Keep in mind, our range is still decent. And speaking of that, 383.27 is not SPY's low today. It is not. Today's low is 385.12. That is a wrong low. So make sure I'll change that after the video. But what you have to keep in mind is we still had a $4.71 range. That's not bad. Believe me, when we get into real summer trading, you'll get a $1.50 range. So we'll be crying for $4.50 ranges. But the volume is contracting, without a doubt. The ranges are starting to contract. So the reason I'm saying that is I could see this market continuing to grind higher and at least testing at some point that large gap and this 50-day moving average. It all remains to be seen. Again, I hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your evening, and hopefully we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.